I'm sure that you know that February 24, 5 a.m. in the morning, Russia started war against Ukraine. Nobody can even believe it, you know. I was the one who was saying that, you know, it would never happen. I wouldn't ever think, you know, like from logical point of view, it's absolutely like stupid things, I would say, yeah, because no one will win from this, no one. But unfortunately, Putler, they call him this way because he's not Putin, he's a Putler, like Hitler, but Putler. So he living in probably in some different reality, like virtual reality, and his logic is absolutely irrelevant. So therefore, like no one even can imagine this. But nevertheless, it started, it's happened, and we can't do anything but fight. That's the only choice we have for the moment. When it started, it was Thursday morning. When I was reading news, I was thinking, no, something wrong. Maybe it's a fake or something like this. But it is not a fake. It is reality. We are, till now, it's already 5th day of the war. And there was one very interesting story which happened with me and my wife during these days. On this, when war started, then our friends from our church, so they gathered in my house. That's how we were living in like small town near our Kiev capital. So, and they gathered there, and one of the friend, like she said, "Can you bring me to Kiev so my children will pick me up and we will go to the West Ukraine, because they want to go away from all this fighting which is going on around Kiev, not only Kiev, around all this East Ukraine." And I said, "Okay, yeah, I will bring you." But then in the evening of the previous day, I read the news that one of the bridge from our town toward the Kiev was already blown up. Why? Because in order to do not let Russian troops to go toward Kiev. So because the purpose is to occupy Kiev. And then when I read that there is one more road from our town to Kiev, and that bridge was still safe. But then when I read that, I said, you know, I can bring you just until the bridge, and then your kids can come pick you up and go. But because I said, why? Because I don't know when that bridge will be blown up, because now it's a war. And Kiev is quite close to the Belarusian border. And Putler, before attacking Ukraine, he kind of very silently occupied Belarus as well. Because you may know that those Belarusian president not legitimate president right now, and he connect with Putin, and that's how the Russian troops went to the Belarus. And from Belarus border toward Kiev is really not that far. So therefore, they was coming from the north of the Kiev to those Russian troops. On the second day, I couldn't even imagine that they may come so quickly. And I went. We get on the car. And just went, me, my wife, and our friend. So, and we came to the bridge, and I said, okay, let's, you can get out of the car here, and your children on the way can pick you up. Because children call us and said they will be there like in about 5 to 7 minutes. So, but then my friend said, oh, you know, I will pass over the bridge. I just walk over the bridge. But on the bridge there was already concrete blocks, you know, on the bridge in order to protect from these Russian troops easily coming. And then I said, okay, this is not a good idea. Okay, I will bring you other side of the river. You will get out there, and then I will go back immediately. And we went over the bridge, and on the other side of the bridge there was already like a block post, or like from our Ukrainian troops. They was like there to protect if Russians will come. When we just crossed the bridge, I went maybe 200 meters more away from the bridge, then turned around, and my friend get out of the car, and I just went back to the bridge in order to go home. And when I just come to the bridge, other side of the bridge, which was about like 50 to 70 meters away from my car, was just blown up. Immediately I stopped the car, and then only at that moment I see that on the other side of the road there was Russian tank and 5 trucks with the soldiers going on. So and when I understood this, immediately I turned back and just wanted to go away from that bridge. And when I just turned back, so I turned back, here was like Russian troops, there was our troops, and our troops started shooting toward Russian troops in order to really stop them. And they shoot with a javelin, which is like rockets. And they shoot, and that rockets, I was going this way, and rockets from our troops was going toward Russian troops, and it's fly just maybe like about 2 meters away. I saw it, with my own eyes. I saw how it's fly just beside our car. And I just hear as the tank behind us was just blown up. So I just went about 150 or 200 meters ahead, and then just turned left on the side road and went to the side road, maybe about 800 meters away from this main road. And when I went there, that was the time when the hell started on that bridge.
Хорошо. Підірвали москалів клятих, щоб вони згоріли.
Because our troops start shooting like those Russians. Really do not let them go toward Kyiv to protect our capital. So, and it was, there was all those like explosion, there was black smoke coming on, some shooting. That continued for, I don't know, like how long, maybe like 2, 3, or 4 hours. It was like continue. We watched all of that from the side. When I went to that side road and when I came here, there was some warehouse, and those guards from the warehouse, they showed me, okay, come quickly here inside our yard, this warehouse yard. So I went with the car there, and they said, don't worry, we have like underground, we can hide there. But because we was a bit away from that road, so we observed how it was going on. Then I was thinking what to do in such a situation. We can't go back with the car because the bridge was just blown up, but there was kind of a small pass over the river. But we can't go with the car; we can just walk. And then with my wife, we was thinking what to do in such a situation. Yeah, shall we walk back? Because of course, naturally, we want to go back to our house because there was another family staying with whom we are living together. So they staying with the small kids. Of course, we prepare. We had some food, but still, we was like worried how it will be there. And then we was thinking what to do. But we feel that it's a bit dangerous just to walk there, because while we were staying in that warehouse, we see that through that small pass, one man came out from our town toward the Kyiv. And we asked that man how it is there. He said, yeah, no problem, you can walk, but Russians are shooting there, shooting other people. Especially if they go in, like few people going together, like as a group. And then we were thinking what to do in this situation. My wife has very bright color jacket, I has like gray color jacket, so I wouldn't be so easily visible on the if we walk there. But she has a bright colored jacket, so she will be visible from far away. And it was kind of very dangerous just to go there. We was waiting and thinking what to do, because we can't go to Kiev because we know we can get again between Russians and our troops, and this is the war, and we can easily die, not because somebody wants us to kill, but because just accidentally. Therefore, we was thinking what to do. We stayed there from about 8 a.m. till 2 or 3 p.m. So because those guards who was protecting, who was guarding that warehouse, they told us, okay, no problem, you can stay. We have some water, they give us some tea and some food. They said we can stay, because people in Ukraine unite and become supportive each other so strongly when the war started. But one more story. When all that things start happening, all this like fighting. When I went aside, only then I realized that the friend who get out from my car, she was right in the epicenter of that fighting. I was thinking, is she alive or not? And then I tried to call her. And then luckily she was alive. She said, when she just get out and shooting started, she just started running away toward Kiev. And there was other people who was coming, and they just put her in their car and went away from that place. And luckily, she was safe. She was alive. After that, she told me, you saved my life. Because why? Because if she would walk over the bridge, she will get right in the midst of that fighting. So therefore, luckily, she was alive and we was alive. Everybody alive. So. And then, we was walking in front of this warehouse and thinking, like, what to do, where to go, what should we do next? And then we was walking with another guard in front of the warehouse, and we see that and then out of sudden I see that somebody with a machine gun was like sneaking behind the column, like behind the fence column. And I was thinking, oh my God. Maybe Russists already here. Yeah, we call them, in Ukraine, we call them Russists, like fascist, but Russists, because they're doing exactly same things what fascist was doing. They're killing everybody. They don't worry so much about people. So, and, first, of course, we got a bit afraid. But then, the person was like, looking who is there, and then when he see that we are civilians, so he just came out. And then we see that it was Ukrainian soldiers. We got so big relief. Okay, it was fine. We talked with the soldiers. We explained where those like Russians and so on. And then our soldiers told us, you can go to Kiev because this road is free. There is our troops and everything okay. And then, because we can't go back, neither by car or by walk, we can't go back because all that part was already full of Russians. So naturally, like, we were thinking what to do. And then we called to our friend from our church and we asked if we can stay with them. They said, of course, no problem, just come. And then we got on the car and went to Kiev, and through Kiev we came to our friends. It's not that far, actually. So we came, and we're really grateful, we're really thankful that they accept us. Because basically what we have is just this clothes and mobile phone. That's also all what we have with us in the car, because we went just for 20 minutes, just to bring that friend and go back. No one expected that it would happen this way. So therefore, luckily now we kind of in a safe place. But there in our house, another family staying with kids. Again, luckily, like around the house, everything okay. But for instance, yesterday, Russian troops was going toward Kiev through our town. Unfortunately, our town become now like an epicenter of all that big fighting. And we knew that, we saw the video, because after that fighting, people recorded the video. So we see the video that there was about like 50 tanks and trucks, Russian tanks and trucks, they was going toward Kiev, but because the bridge was blown up, they didn't know what to do, and they just got stuck. And at that moment, our Ukrainian troops shoot them all. You know, if you see that video, you see all those like blown up trucks and cars and tanks. You know, the whole street is full of the tanks, all blown up. So we are really grateful for our troops that they protect us that well somehow. Therefore, today in the morning we got the news that it is silent there, and that it is basically possible like to go there. But you know, because all the bridges around our town was just blown up, the only way to go there around, like long way around. But that way we want to go, but then finally we got news that if we go that way, near that place Russian troops are staying. And you know, we can easily get shot, you know, if you go that way. Therefore, we're still like waiting and thinking what is the best way like to evacuate other families who are staying right now in our house. Maybe tomorrow we will be able to do it. I don't know. It depends like how our troops will be doing, how much our troops will be doing well. Yeah, therefore, right now, we are really very grateful for the whole world, actually, for the Europe and for the whole world. Because right now, Europe is supporting so much Ukraine. Not by troops. We don't need troops. We will fight ourselves. Russia will never win over Ukraine. Ukrainians are people with very strong spirit, you know, and we never give up. So, but the only we need is weapon. So, and Europe sending us a lot of weapon right now in order we will be able to really protect ourselves, our country, our freedom. So, if you look at this situation, this is exactly same story which happened during the Second World War, or I would say before the Second World War. How the Second World War started? Germany, first they attacked Poland. And that time, nobody protect Poland. Everybody was thinking, okay, we will give Poland for Germany and they will calm down. But we all know very well what happened after that. The Second World War started. And millions, tens of millions of people were killed. Luckily, the world learned some lessons from that story. And now when Ukraine is fighting, everybody understands that it's not just a fighting between Ukraine and Russia. It's Ukraine not just protecting our own country. Ukraine protecting the Europe. Ukraine protecting the world. Because Putin would never stop. So this is exactly the same situation how happened during the Second World War. That's why we call Putin Putler and Russian Russists. So because it goes exactly the same way. So many people are killed now. And many civilians suffer so much. But luckily, our troops, our small troops, our army, which is, well, not that weak. It's right now, Ukrainian army is 10th in the world, on the 10th place. But Russian army is the second largest army in the world. So, and small Ukrainian army very successfully fighting now with second largest army in the world, Russian army. So therefore, and Russian army really lost a lot of tanks, airplanes, and trucks and others. And until now, already about like 5,000 something Russians died here. So therefore, but Russia, they hiding these facts, you know. They say no one died, everything okay. We fight just with the Ukrainian troops. We don't touch civilians. They're lying so much. But nevertheless, I know that Ukraine will never lose. Ukraine will win. Really, Russia will never occupy Ukraine. Yeah, we will suffer, but I feel this is kind of like a suffer for the sake of world, for the sake of peace. So we will win. Thank you for your support.